We saw the strategic review. It said that number one and number two positions are taken by AI and machine learning when it comes to hiring and employability. But we're also seeing at the same time there's a global apprehension towards AI taking over jobs. But you seem to disagree. What are your thoughts on that?
Correct. So this AI or artificial intelligence now, but automation on a broader note, taking away jobs is a very old and boring story. Right? Generation after generation of these technology changes, which are fundamentally driven by automation, have given rise to fears that jobs will be lost. But every single time, at least 4 such generations in my own career span, have clearly proven that AI and automation are not job killers, but in fact, they are net new job creators. Right? So whether it is generative AI or anything else, it is not going to be a job killer, but a great opportunity for India and the technology industry to increase its relevance to our customers and the broader ecosystems manifold. So that is my considered view on that. There is no threat of job disruption, but will it require our Indian people to acquire relatively new skills, different skills, to be able to leverage that to become strategically more relevant to the broader market? Absolutely, yes.
Sure. AI is not a new concept. It's been around for decades now, but it's only now with the rise of ChatGPT, where GPT as a sector has come as a new thing and has become a global phenomenon. Where do you think, with companies like Microsoft and Google pulling up their socks and coming up with their versions of it, where do you think this race is ultimately going to lead us? Will it actually benefit us? And if it stands to benefit us, how do you think it benefiting our day-to-day lives as corporates and as consumers?
Sure. So that's a great question, actually, Rachna. See, I would like you to think of it as products, right? When, for example, Siebel came up with the big CRM package, SAP came up with the big ERP package. What did that do? Right? Effectively, it made us all very productive in terms of implementing solutions that companies could leverage to take advantage of many enterprise capabilities that were previously not possible. Generative AI is no different. Any of the products that you talked about are produced by the respective companies as a product. Right? But at the end of the day, it's the job of the enterprises and global system integrators and other partners who are NASSCOM member companies to make those products or technologies work in the context of an enterprise. And that is when true transformation will happen. That is when business will greatly benefit from that. And that is the journey that we are on. If you ask me, artificial intelligence today is actually all permeating. You take a retail chain in terms of deciding what should be the price that I should be displaying, how many times should I change that price on a given day, depending on what competition is doing. It's completely AI and analytics that's driving that today. Same can be said of practically every industry. If you look at clinical trials, artificial intelligence is playing a huge role in that. And I can go on and on, banking and financial services in terms of customer experience. Everything is about artificial intelligence, data and analytics to be able to react to situations. And generative AI is yet another similar technology. The key is in finding the right enterprise use cases to do that. And that's our job, and that's a great opportunity for NASSCOM member companies.
Sure. Globally, we're going through something called a long tech winter. Has it reached India? Would you think it would reach India this year? Should we get our woolens out? And what would be the woolens in this case?
So we certainly live in a world where 2 months is called a long period. So judged from that point of view, if that is the horizon of long, then I don't know what to say. But by the typical definition of a long term being 5 years or longer, I couldn't be more bullish about the opportunity ahead of the tech sector.
Sure. Do you see India being the tech leader that it has been, and where does the trajectory go from here? Only upward?
I absolutely see that, and I'm absolutely very bullish about that. But are there risks to it, threats to it? Absolutely, yes. Do we have to be not overconfident, and we have to be careful in terms of nurturing what we have built so far and making sure that we make it future ready and so on? Absolutely, we must be doing that, right? If we can be careful in not becoming overconfident, but making sure that we continue to execute as well as we have been, absolutely India stands to benefit greatly from this opportunity.
Would you want to elaborate on the risks that you mentioned?
Yeah, so we talked about it at length during the review presentation that we just had. First and foremost is the geopolitical and macroeconomic risks. I think that is a big thing. I don't need to elaborate too much on that. The second is, of course, the employability of our graduates who are coming off of the universities could be a second thing. We are obviously very focused on skilling as a broad area, but it is not about A skill, X skill, or Y skill, but it's a broader combination of skills that our graduates need to have, and that's a big area of focus that need to come in. Those are probably the top two that I would call out.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.